Welcome to Curie Electronics. Today we are going to solve first 40 questions of Technician B Electronics exam, which was conducted by Vssc. This exam was cancelled also the next day due to some copying. Some candidate used mobile phone and Bluetooth to answer the questions, so the exam got cancelled. So this I hope they will conduct this exam within 3 months. So let's solve the questions. A capacitor with a capacitance of 10 microfarad is connected in series to, what is the question is, at 50 Hertz the capacitor reactance is given, that is Xc. Xc is given by 1 upon 2 pi Fc. So Xc is given as 31.83 ohms for 50 Hertz, that is 2 pi. Capacitance also remains same, frequency was 50. Now what he has what he have done, he has changed the frequency to 100. Then what happens to this? So instead of 50, I will write it as F, that is 1 upon 2 pi C F. For this we have the answer as 31.83. Now what is the change? 1 upon 2 pi C, instead of F it is now 2F. What value we know? We know 1 upon 2 pi C F value we know. This much we know. Now what is it? Is multiplied by 1 by 2. So that means what is the answer? What is the value of this? We have it here, that is 31.83. 31.83. If you multiply by 1 by 2, we get the answer, that is 15.92 ohms. That is the answer. There is something in this question, that is, if you put the values of 10 microfarad and calculate, we won't get the answer as 31.83. It comes to 318. But that doesn't matter because he has given the value. Using that value, we have to solve it. What is the equation of a 25 Hertz voltage sine wave having an RMS value of 50 upon root 2 volt? So here, usually what is the equation for AC? That is V equal to Vm sine omega t, that is Vm sine 2 pi ft, 2 pi ft. So here this is the peak value of AC, but he has given the RMS value. How do you find the RMS value? V RMS equal to V peak upon root 2. So here we have to get the he has given the RMS value. So how do you get the peak value? You have to multiply by root 2. So V peak equal to V RMS multiplied by root 2. What is the V peak? What is the V peak we need? What is the V RMS value? 50 upon root 2 multiplied by root 2. So root 2 cancels, 50 you will get. Now you can write the equation easily because frequency has given. What is the equation? V equal to, what is the peak value? 50 sine, what is the frequency? 25. So 25 multiplied by 2, you will get 50. So 50 pi t, sine 50 pi t. So this is the answer, that is option A. find V out of the Wheatstone bridge. See, this is without calculation you can write the answer. How? 1.1 kilo ohm and 2.2 kilo ohm and 3 volt should get divided in a ratio. So here, if 1.1 volt across 1.1 ohm 1 kilo ohm resistor, if 1 volt is a drop, then 2 should come. So this is the ratio of 1:2. Similarly here, 3 volt across 2.2 kilo ohm, 2 volt should drop. Remaining 1 volt will be across 1.1. Now if we see here, if we connect a multimeter, this is the multimeter or voltmeter. If we connect, this is the net grounding, and if we connect if we measure the voltage here, what will be the voltage? It will read 2 volt. Here it will be 1 volt. So if you connect a voltmeter here, what will read? It should read difference 2 minus 1. So it should say 1 volt. 1 volt is the answer. Or else what you do? You can use the voltage divider rule on both the amps and calculate it. That is 3 volt, 1.1, 2.2. What is the voltage applied? It's a 3 volt. Then here let us take it as V1. What is V1? V1 equal to R2. This is R2. This is R1. So R2 upon R1 plus R2. So 3.3. These are all you know. So I'm not writing it again and again. So it is 3, 2. So you'll get 2 volt. Now you yourself find the next end as a next branch, and you could get the answer. The maximum current taken by a 7-segment display for illuminating all segments is 140 milliamps. What will be the current drawn by it for displaying the digit 5, assuming all segments draw same current? Okay, so a 7-segment means it looks like this. 7 segments are there. So what is the to turn on all these 7 LEDs? We can say the current taken is 140 milliamps. That means for 1, what is the current taken? It is 20 milliamps. Now if you want to make the digit 5, how many LEDs we have to turn on? Digit 5 looks like this. Right, this is a digit 5. So how many LEDs are there? 5 are there. So the current record is 5 multiplied by 20 milliamps. 20 milliamps, each like LED takes 20 milliamps. So it comes to 100 milliamps. So 100 milliamps the answer. In a sinusoidal oscillator, in the amplifier circuit gives a gain of 10. What should be the gain of the feedback circuit to sustain oscillations? So to get a sustained oscillation, what is the condition? A beta should be equal to 1. A is the gain. So 10 multiplied by beta we have to find. This is 1. So beta equal to 1 upon 10. So it is 0.1. 0.1. 0.1 is the answer. In a roll of minus 60 dB per decade is required in high pass filter. What should be the minimum order of the? It is 3. If order equal to 2, then it is 40 dB per decade. If it is 1, then it is 20 dB per decade. This 40 dB can be written as 12 dB per octave. Okay, similar way also we can write it as so 1 means 6 dB per octave. Which of the following circuit depicted? What is this circuit? It's an integrator. A full adder can be made out of 2 half adders and 1 OR gate. I am not drawing the diagram because we have solved many times this. If an operational amplifier output can change from 11 volt to 1 volt in 10 microsecond, what is the slew rate of the op amp? So slew rate means what? Slew rate equal to change voltage dV by dt. It is usually given in volt per microsecond. Volt per microsecond. Here, what is the change? Slew rate. Slew rate equals. Here, what is the change in voltage? 11 to 1 volt. So change in 11 minus 1, 10 microseconds. That means it's 10 upon 10 microseconds, which is equal to V upon, see 1 volt upon 1 microsecond. So that is the answer, 1 volt upon 1 instead of 1. If you don't write also, okay. Which batteries are nowadays commonly used in mobile phones? That's a lithium ion. What is the unit of flux density of permanent magnet? What is the unit of flux density? That is Weber per meter square. Or what is Tesla? What is 1 Tesla equal to how many Gauss? 10,000 Gauss. Gauss, okay, G-A-U, Gauss. So what is the unit here? It is a Gauss. If a coil with 200 turns cut a magnetic line of force at the rate of 4 Weber per second, what will be the induced voltage? So induced voltage, let's take it as E. What is the equation? Minus N d phi by dt. What is here N? It is 200 turns. What is the d phi by dt? That is 4. So it is minus 800 volt. So 800 volt is the answer. If the time period of a full sine wave is 10 millisecond, what is the frequency? So t equal to 10 millisecond. That means 10 multiplied by 10 to the power minus 3 seconds. So what is F1 upon t? So it is 1 upon 10 multiplied by 10 to the power minus 3. If you take this 10 to the power minus 3 up, what happens? It becomes 1000 upon 10. So it is 100 Hertz. 100 Hertz. A conductor of length 1 meter moves right angles to the magnetic field of flux density 1 Weber per meter square with a velocity of 25 meter per second. Induced EMF will be. So similar, this is a question also from electromagnetism. So induced EMF E equal to, there is one equation. What is that? BLV sine theta. This sine theta is already saying right angles. So theta equal to 90 degree. So sine 90 equal to 1. What is the B? What is the B is the flux density. That is 1. What is the L? Length 1 meter multiplied by what is the velocity? 25 meter per second, and sine theta equal to sine 90 equal to 1. So it is 25 volt. If 120 coulomb of charge passes through an electric conductor in 60 seconds, the current in the conductor is, so Q equal to IT. So we need I equal to Q upon T. What is the value of Q? 120 upon T. What is T? T is 60 seconds. So it is 2 amps. 2 amps of current will flow. A coin is tossed 2 times. What is the probability of getting at least one head? A coin, 2 times if we toss one coin, what are the possibilities? We can get both the time tail. Both the time head also we can get. First we can get tail, next we can get head. Otherwise first we can get head, next tail. So we have total 4 options are there. 4 results. Out of that, what is the question? Probability of getting at least one head. At least one head means in this combination one head, minimum one head should be there. One, this also one head is there. Here 2 heads are there. What is the requirement? At least one head. So 3. So option, and the answer is 3 upon 4. Find the roots of the quadratic equation. So minus b plus or minus square root of b square minus 4ac upon 2a. Maybe we can write it in terms of fractions, but I am not so comfortable with fractions, so I'll just write it. So what is minus b? What is the minus b value? Minus of minus 4 plus or minus what is b square? 16 minus 4 a equal to 1. So what is c value? Minus 21 upon 2a. A is 1, so it is so now it becomes plus 4 plus or minus this becomes 100 upon 2. So 4 plus or minus 10 upon 2. So what is 14 by 2? That is 7, or 4 minus 10 minus 6 by 2 minus 3. So 7 minus 3 is the answer. 7 minus 3. Question number 18. What is maximum value of sine alpha where? So it is less than or equal to 90 degrees. Sine 90 degree equal to 1. If each edge of a cube is increased by 50%, what will be the increase in percentage of the area? You know, what is the area of a cube? That is 6 sides are there, so 6a square. So what we will do, we will consider the let initially okay, a equal to 1. So area is directly proportional to a square. What do we get? A is directly proportional to 1 square. So a is directly proportional 1. Now what we are doing, we are going to increase it by 50% in the area. So now a becomes 1.5. Then I can write it as a, the new area, a dash equal to 1.5 square. So a dash equal to 2.25. Now I have two values which are I have now two values, that is first is the initial value and the change in the value. Now how do you find the percentage of change in it? Change equal to a difference between these two values, that is a dash minus a upon the original value, that is a multiplied by 100. What is the a dash? That is 2.25 minus a. What is 1 upon 1? So we'll get 1.25 multiplied by 100 to convert into percentage. So answer is 125%. Among the following programs, one which is not used for browsing internet, Firefox, Chrome, Safari, all these are you will use for the browsing. Python is the right answer. What is the compression of files in computer known as? It is always known, it's a zipping. In MS Word, which of the following short keys are used for copying? Control C. What is the value of current I3 if I1 values are given? What is the value of I1? I1 equal to 2 amps. So this is 2 amps current. What is I2? I2 is 4 amps current. And what is I4? I4 is 1 amps. These all are entering the node here, and only this I3 is leaving. Then what is I3? I3 equal to sum of all other currents, that is 7 amps. Find the total inductance if L1. Okay, here you see this for the what you have to find total inductance. LT equal to L1 plus L2 minus, it's minus 2M. Okay, why? Because this dot and undot and in opposing mode. If it was connected like this, how it is if it has to be plus, then this dot end and this dot end has to be here. Then it is, we can write it as plus 2m. For the given question it is minus 2m. Okay, so what is the value? What is the L1 value? 10 plus 15 minus 2 times of mutual inductance, that is 4. So 25 minus 8, so 17. So it is 17 Henry is the right answer. Find the time constant of an RL circuit. So for an RL circuit, what is the time constant? T equal to L upon R. What is the L value? 1 Henry upon, what is the R? 10 ohm. So 0.1 second. What is the total capacitance if two capacitors of 0.1 microfarad are connected in series? So they are connected like this. We have to find what is CT, we have to find. These are C1, C2. So CT equal to what? C1 multiplied by C2 upon C1 plus C2. So which means C1 equal to 0.1 microfarad. I am not writing because answer is given in microfarad. 0.1, 0.1 plus 0.1, 0.2. So what you will get? 0.01 upon 0.2. Now what I will do? I will multiply by 100. So 1 upon 20 you will get. 1 upon 20 I will write it as 1 upon 2 multiplied by 1 upon 10. So it comes to 0.5 multiplied by 0.1, which is equal to 0.05. So 0.05 microfarad is the right answer. In a full wave bridge rectifier, if F is the input frequency, then what will be the ripple frequency? It will be 2 times of the input frequency. So it is 2F. Which type of logic gates typically has lower power consumption? All of you know it's CMOS. What kind of operation occurs in a JK flip-flop when both J and K are tied to equal to 1? That is the toggle operation. So you'll have a JK flip-flop here, J, J, K. This will be both connected to a logic high 1. Then when if we give the clock, we are giving the clock, the output and output complement. The output, what happens? It will be, with each clock it will be toggling. A low pass filter with a cutoff frequency 30 Hz. Low pass filter. Low pass filter means it conducts and here it cut off. This is the 30 Hz. Is cascaded with a high pass filter with a cutoff frequency of high pass filter. Okay, high pass filter up to 20 Hz is the cutoff frequency. After that it is conducting. So what is this? This is a band pass filter. Band pass filter. The frequency response graph of an amplifier, the 3 dB points refers to 1 by root 2 of output power. I am not drawing the curve because we have seen many similar questions we have solved many times. The energy required to charge 10 microfarad capacitor to 100 volt. What is the energy? Energy of a capacitor? Half CV square. Half multiplied by, what is C value? 10 microfarad. 10 multiplied by 10 to the power minus 6. 100 multiplied by 100. So we can write it as 1 upon 2 multiplied by 10 to the power minus 6 multiplied by 10 to the power 5. So which equal to 1 upon 2 multiplied by 1 upon 10. This you know. What is that? 0.5 multiplied by 0.1. 0.05 joule. 0.05 joule is the right answer. This antenna, what is this antenna? Yeah, give the antenna. I am trying to finish it fast. Otherwise it will be a long video. An analog signal has significant spectral components from 1 kHz to 5 kHz. What is the minimum Nyquist sampling rate for this signal. To Nyquist, what is the whatever the when you sample a signal, whatever the highest frequency content, the Nyquist sampling rate should be double of that. So it should, see, this is the highest sample of the highest frequency of the sample. So 5 kilohertz. So at least 10 kilohertz we have to sample it. That means 10k samples per second. In an optical fiber communication system, the following diode is used in the receiver. It's not laser diode, not LED, not Zener diode. Then it should be avalanche photodiode. Refractive index of a medium is defined as, that is the velocity of light in vacuum upon velocity of light in a medium. Consider the following program. This is from 8085 microcontroller. What is there? Accumulator is loaded with accumulator. Accumulator loaded with 32H. 32H means 0011, 32, 0010. Now 2 times what you are doing, 2 times we are giving the command, RRC command, that is rotate accumulator right. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. 2 times we have to give the RRC command. Okay, now when you apply first RRC command, RRC, that is rotate accumulator right, then what happens? This bit comes here, that is 1 0 0 1 1 0 0, and whatever is here, this first bit that comes here, that is a 0. Again, if you apply RRC command once more, the result is going to be what? This 0 comes here first. 0 0 1 1 0 0 0, and this first one comes here. So now if you write, what is this? This is 8 and this is C. 8 plus 4, 12. 10 is A, 11B, 12C. So 8C is the right answer. TCP IP stands for Transmission Control Protocol, Internet Protocol. Very direct question. Which of the following bulbs will have highest resistance? Actually, we can write the equations and solve this. Instead of that, we have a 60 watt bulb and 100 watt bulb. Which will have more resistance? If the bulb has to glow brighter, the resistance has to be less. So the highest resistance will be for 60 watt bulb when we compare this 60 watt and 100 watt bulb. So answer has to be one of this. Now see, we are applying 220 volt and 115 volt, but current is going to be same. Then what happens when you apply 220 volt? The 220 volt 60 watt bulb should have higher resistance compared to 115 volt 60 watt. It's a logical thing. So this is the answer, 220 volt 60 watt. Or else what you can do, P equal to V square upon R. You can just, with that also we can find out. Now here a equation of a straight line is given, y equal to mx plus c. M equal to 1 and c equal to 0. Then the function is said to be. So here, so m equal to 0, m equal to 1. So 1 multiplied by x, c equal to 0. Now y equal to what? X. If you plot how it will comes, it gives a line. If a y equal to 0, x also 0. If x equal to 1, y also 1. So it is a straight line. So it's a linear function. So this is x, okay. So we have solved the first 40 questions. It will be useful who are preparing for the exam. And in the second part questions I saw from 40 to 80, the questions are compared to the first 40 questions, I feel it is really easy. So thanks for watching. I will try to upload the second part by this week itself. Thanks for watching.